to the fourth day of the annual 40-day fast. And thank God, I've been able to keep it 4 days, to give me the grace and strength to do it. Yesterday I felt a little weak, but usually the third day of a fast, I feel a little weak. But for the job that I do, I need to, keep a sharp mind because I'm an interpreter. So as long as my mind was able to work, I didn't have to recur to do something else. And one of the things that you can do when you start a diet is you want to get rid of all the stuff that will be tempt you to go eat and, give it to somebody else. Like in my case, I give it to some people. That way, if I feel weak and I feel like I need to eat something, and I know that I've given that stuff away, so that prevents me from doing that. But as long as I was able to think and able to translate, I just kept at it, and I was able to do my job, even though I worked 12 hours yesterday. I worked 12 hours and I walked half hour yesterday. And so that was pretty good. And so I was able to maintain. I drank about 40 ounces of water, distilled water, to which I added a little bit of the Himalayan salt. So I'm still with that. And at the end of the day, I had at my church, I had to lead some music and play the guitar. So at the end of the day, I just had about 6 little tangerines. I squeezed the juice out of that and put it in a glass of water, and I drank that, to feel like I had some strength. And I had a little bit of diarrhea yesterday. That's common when you're doing a water fast. So, but that was very small, maybe 2 occasions of diarrhea. So, and a little weakness, but not in my thinking capacity. I still sustain a little energy. I just felt weak in the body. Now this is the 4th day, and just like last year, I believe the 3rd day I was also weak. But this is the 4th day, and this 4th day I'm feeling pretty much strong. More, my body feels like I'm not in no fast or anything. I still haven't had any cravings, by the way. So that's kind of nice, And that's why I was recommending that you do a wheat fast before you do a water fast or anything like just one single item. Just eliminate the wheat out of your diet, and you're going to find out, you're going to drop weight eating everything else. But just eliminating the wheat, you're going to find out that you're going to drop weight, even if you don't walk or do any exercise. Because this modern wheat, like I explained, as indicated by Dr. William Davis, is an opiate. It's an appetite stimulant. And if you eat any product that contains wheat, it makes you automatically eat 440 more calories per day than you need to. And so that's why people keep on gaining weight, because it doesn't leave you satisfied. It leaves you hungering for something else. And if you are a person that's addicted to wheat, some products made out of wheat, pastas, breads, what have you, there's a lot of things. Wheat is found in cereals. It's even found in the gum that you chew. It's even found in the glue of the stamps. So it's in a lot of things. But I recommend that you buy that book from Dr. Williams. It will explain to you all the places. So if you find out a way to eliminate all the wheat, you can continue to eat your diet and you're still going to drop weight. So this is a good fast to begin with one item that's easier to keep. Then, because when you have taken that out of your life, I've been off wheat for a long time, so it's easy to keep this fasting, because I don't have any stimulant, anything that's making me crave for food. And you'll find out that the body can go on for a long time before it starts really feeling hungry. The feeling of hunger is really after a while, after maybe 10 or 12 days, or maybe 21 days. It depends how your system is. But then you can feel like Jesus felt hunger after 40 days. After he had fasted 40 days and 40 nights, then he felt hungry. And that's because he didn't have this modern wheat that makes you feel hungry all the time. All right? So you'll understand that, when you get into wheat. But okay, for now, I'm going to share with you a song, because we're also looking into a way of keeping your body, not this body of flesh only. The body of flesh should be fed because it's the temple of the Lord. But the body of words, more the body of words, because the body of words is the expression of who God is. In the Bible, the word is not only a person, but in the Bible, the word is God. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God. And the Word became flesh, and it dwelt among us. So the Word in the Bible is who Jesus is, the Logos. So we have to keep the Word in shape. the body of confession, the body of words that is inside of us. Just like a computer has the body of programs, the body made out of words is the software, and the software is the ruler over the hardware. So that's what we need to understand, that the words in us have to be the ruler of everything else. So we have to keep a healthy body of confession, of revelation. And words were given to us, first of all, to be employed the way that God employed it. God employed words to reveal himself and to talk about himself. And he made everything to declare about himself. You know, the heavens declare the glory of God, and his firmament showeth forth his handiwork. So everything that he made was to talk about himself. But then the employment of the word got lost. And then we use it to talk about everything else but God. And yet you're going to find out when you go into this world, you're going to be keeping words. You're going to be keeping words. You have taught to keep the words that your parents give you. Then you're going to be taught to keep the words that your teachers give you. And then you're going to be taught to keep the words that your employee give you. So you follow the instructions to be able to keep your job. So everything is about keeping words. So you're going to keep words from your parents, from your teachers, from your employers. You know, and then you're going to keep the words from your country. They respect the Constitution. So everybody's going to give you words to keep, because we were made to keep words. But basically the word that we were supposed to keep from the beginning was the word of who the character of God is. So we will be bragging about him all the time. And that's why Jesus says, my burden is easy and my burden is light. With me, all you have to do is learn who I am and express my thoughts and express my ideas and express my heart and express my feelings. You know, that's why we're given a mind, a heart, and a will. So we can align that mind, heart, and will with who God is and be able to express him in this environment in which we are, no matter what corner of the world you are situated. And so that's why you are encouraged to read the scriptures. So you come to the mindset of your Maker. Because you will not escape that in this world. That task will be given. You will be keeping somebody else's words if you're not keeping the Lord's words. But once you learn to keep the words of your Maker, everything else is easier. Because you walk in the mindset of completeness. There's nothing lacking. You're complete in your Maker, and everything else is just frosting on the cake. Everything else in this world is just frosting on the cake once you know your Maker. So I will encourage you to learn the verse from Joshua 1 chapter 8. And I'm going to sing it to you. From Joshua 1 chapter 8. This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth. Here we go. It says to make thy way prosperous. The way in the Bible is the words that are inside of you. Jesus, who is the Word, says, I am the truth. I am the way, the truth, and the life. So the way is the words that are in you. So the words that are in you should be employed the way that God employs them from the very beginning, to speak about himself. So we need to talk about our Maker, because when we do so, we're talking about him. And he is complete. There's nothing lacking in him. And so very simple. You need to believe in who your Maker is and express it. Because you're going to be keeping somebody else's words anyhow. You know, somebody else is going to make you keep words from the very start. You're not going to escape that task. And the only thing we get to keep with us once we leave this world, once we leave this world, is the words that were given to us. That's the only thing we're going to be able to bring to God. That's why we says we're going to have to give an answer for every word that we have idly spoken. Because that's the only thing we get to keep out of this world. So everything else that you gather in this world, it stays here. So the words and the way you have employed the way, which are the words in you, are the only things that you get to keep with you. So it's best to work with the Word of God, because you'll be able to present the word that he's proud of. Everything else, all the other words he does not recognize. Only the word that he has spoken and only the word that he approves is what he recognizes. And so that's why I recommend you in this fast that also get back to the Word of God and stay with it and make a powerful body of revelation that is inside of you. You know, so you be proud to present that before the Father. So be encouraged.